The Iraqi Army has announced most of the city of Tal Afar has been liberated now from Islamic State militants. But with terrorists still holed up there in basements and underground tunnels, there's a long way to go yet before that city can return to anything like normal. As our senior correspondent Murad Gazdiev reports next, there are deadly surprises around almost every corner, it seems.
Dawla Islamiyya Baqiya. The Islamic State will remain. You'll find graffiti like that plastered all over the walls and buildings in Tal Afar. Iraqi soldiers haven't yet gotten around to covering them up, what with being busy fighting. A day after the victory was announced here in Tal Afar, fighting still hasn't died down. ISIS are hiding throughout the city, and while they don't hold any geographic areas or districts in Tal Afar, they're hiding in basements, in buildings and in tunnels underneath the city, waiting to ambush patrolling Iraqi soldiers. While ISIS has been all but beaten in Tal Afar, they made sure to leave behind plenty of surprises. Booby traps everywhere in Tal Afar. They have turned the city into a sapper's nightmare. And coming in here, we were warned multiple times not to touch anything, no matter how innocent it might seem. For all we know, behind any of these garage doors could be explosives, booby traps, bombs, beneath the tires, even in the light switches.
One of our officers went into a house and sat on a sofa. It exploded along with half the house. They had booby-trapped the sofa. Another example. They wire explosive to light switches. When you turn on the lights, the house explodes. They wire bombs into refrigerators and even the door handles. When you open the door, it explodes.
I've just come back from Tal Afar, and you can't even lie down in a bed without sappers checking it first. There are bombs and wires everywhere. We don't dare touch anything.
We'll do all we can to disarm everything, but there is only so much we can do. Some houses will have to be destroyed.
This bomb was intended for us, but the planes and helicopters destroyed the roads, and ISIL couldn't get the car bomb out. Our engineers found it and dismantled it. If it had been used, it would have done us great damage.
They disarmed the explosive canisters and detonated them in a controlled explosion. But it's strange. ISIS folded almost too quickly. There is evidence that around 400 families of ISIS fighters were allowed to leave Tal Afar on August 25th in an unspecified direction. The rumor among Iraqi troops is that as many as 2,000 ISIS fighters have been given safe passage out of Tal Afar into Syria. Again, this is a rumor and we can't confirm it, but it would explain the unexpectedly easy fight. Iraqi troops wouldn't let us into the center of Tal Afar, saying it's still far too dangerous. But having spent some time here in the suburbs, we haven't seen a single civilian. Most of them ran when the opportunity presented itself as the battle began, braving the merciless desert in order to get away before the Iraqi military and the US-led coalition brought to bear their full might on Tal Afar. Most of those civilians will come back. The question is, how much of Tal Afar there'll be left to come back to? Murad Gazdiev, RT, from Tal Afar, Iraq.